For our next problem, I'm definitely going to use Desmos a bit more here. We still have our graph, but I want you guys to see how we can start using Desmos to visualize these inequalities because we want to see how they're intersecting with each other. So again, take a second, press pause, highlight or underline anything you think is important. All right, so hopefully you have highlighted the fact that he wants to buy at least 50 pounds of fish, right? Another thing we know is that he doesn't want to spend any more than $30. And then we also know that it's $4 per pound of salmon, or excuse me, that was for cod, okay? And cod is $4 per pound, and salmon is $7 per pound. So we're going to go ahead and create our first inequality. This is probably the most important part because once you've got these created, it's going to be very much a visualization on Desmos. So the inequality number one is going to be about the fact that we want to buy at least 50 pounds of fish. So that the 50 pounds of fish is the cod and the salmon together. That's just really easy. That's our number of pounds of cod, X, plus our number of pounds of salmon, Y, but it's at least 50 pounds. So remember, don't get fooled. It's not less than, it's greater than or equal to the 50 pounds. So our X and Y intercepts there are actually very easy because they're just both 50, right? 50 comma 0 and 0 comma 50. You could buy a total of 50 pounds of cod with no salmon or vice versa. The second inequality takes a little bit more thought, but it's all about the cost. So we know that it costs $4 per pound of cod, so that's going to be 4x, plus $7 per pound of salmon, so that's your 7y. But remember, we have a budget. We can't spend over $300, which is where that less than or equal to comes into play. So less than or equal to 300. And then once we do that, there's a little bit more math to do here. If you wanted to figure out your intercepts, our intercepts in this case, the x-intercept happens to be 75. If we just divide 300 by 4, you end up with 75. So 75 comma 0. And then the y-intercept wouldn't be exact, but it's going to be approximately 42.9, something in that region. Instead of graphing this one by hand, what I want to do is I want to plug this one into Desmos. So if you want to press pause and get your Desmos test mode open here, the first inequality is x plus y is greater than or equal to 50. And then your second inequality was the 4x plus 7y is less than or equal to 300. So remember, you're going to have to zoom out here to kind of see where everything's happening. And this is the magic. This is what we want to be able to see. We want to be able to see where our intersections happening. So first thing is we notice that they intersect not at a perfect point, and that's okay. We could maybe buy 16.6 pounds of cod and 33.3 pounds of salmon. But what we really want to focus in on is the fact that anything in this overlapping region right here. So it's kind of hard for you guys to see it with me just recording the video, but when we're looking at is anything, I'll actually just go ahead and put this right in on the screen. Anything in the overlapping region, meaning, let's go ahead and put it right here, right? When we're looking at this image, we want to be able to use that actual space right there. So if I bring this guy, I'll just cover that guy up down the bottom since we're not using it. That overlapping space is going to be the space that we need to use. So anything, any combination in here, whoops, wrong one, any combination in this arena right here, we're allowed to buy anything we want where these two overlapping regions are. So anything kind of in that pizza slice is fair game, right? So that's what we're looking at, being able to create a system where we can visualize it. We're going to do another of these and then call it a day.